Pets Life with Gym Dog, Ireland's first pet resort by Des the Vet. Managed by vets, loved by pets. Daycare, vet care, premium pet food and grooming. Visit at petslife.ie.
Right, Wednesday morning, as you know, during the month of August, we've kind of moved it to a Wednesday, just, I suppose, facilitate our main man, Des, and all the staff changes and God knows what else during the holiday season. That's the real reason, isn't it?
That's the real reason, John. Holiday time.
Holiday time.
People away and all the rest of it.
You're covering everybody, are you?
I'm covering everybody. That's probably the same job as every other small business owner in Ireland. Yeah. You have to fill all the gaps. And we had a big contingent on duty over the weekend, and we also had a big contingent at the electric picnic. So you can imagine.
Oh, yeah, so you were at that, were you?
Not myself, I wasn't. No. I was minding the dogs and cats, but I would say about half my workforce were at it.
Is that socialising?
Socialising.
Yeah, that's
socialising. So they've all come back nice and tired.
And they've probably booked it in for next year this week, because the tickets are on sale today. Yeah.
There's a race to the calendar to book it off again.
Yeah, no different than any other job within the area as well. Fair dues as well. Okay, so how are things the last week or so? Busy?
Good, very busy. It's still holiday time. People are away, so our kennels are full and the doggy daycare centre is full. Lots of people are enjoying the last week of their holidays before the schools start back again. And there's also a little bit of expectation or tension, because the Leaving Cert results are this Friday, and that affects... I think I have 3 employees waiting on Leaving Cert results, and my own son and all his pals, so it's a busy week.
Okay. So you mentioned the Doggy Day Centre there. When you started to come back to us, a good few months ago back at this stage, God, it's a good while now since you started back with us. How's it gone, the Doggy Daycare Centre generally?
It's good. There was the pre-COVID, there was the during COVID phase when there was an influx in puppies, and we had a lot of training and group work. And bedding it in and growing awareness. And now in the post-COVID phase, you have a lot of these slightly older dogs coming back into us now, and they're coming in because their owners are back in the office. Hybrid working, partially at home, partially in the office, seems to be the norm in the Kildare area. So we have huge numbers of people who need to drop the dog 1 or 2 days a week as they go to Dublin. Okay, very good. So they're dropping them from 7 in the morning. Right. Yeah, collecting them then on their way back at quarter to 6 in the evening, Seems to be the norm, is it? It is. Or the new norm. Well, you see, they can't leave the dog at home during the day. If he's used to company, he's used to the owners being there. And he's been used because of the COVID thing. Yes. So that's the other thing, Yeah, so they are very socialised. They're very bonded to their owners. And so then the people have to go to Dublin. The dog can't be left there. It can't be left in the garden for the day. Yeah. So the daycare facility is very useful for that. Excellent. And we keep them busy, and the dogs are tired and socialised and happy, and they've fulfilled their natural instincts, as it were, when the owners get home in the evenings. They're able to, Johnny Kenna was telling me that, he left his dog in with one of our sales reps there, and he said when he was returning back off his holidays, the dog nearly recognised the car clunking, that it was one of those ones that... Are dogs like that? Do they recognise kind of the walking, the footsteps and the bit of a chatter in the background, or maybe getting ready? Do they anticipate their owner arriving? Yeah, Hunter. Well, Hunter stays with us now, for instance, the odd weekend here and there, and during the summer holidays when John and Caroline are away, and he recognises the turn from a mile or two back as to when he's coming to us. Wow. And he recognises all the staff when he gets out of the car. Wow. Yeah. So he wags his tail galore. Wags his tail, just one of these really social but burly Labradors, and all he wants to do is play and have the rough and tumble. Excellent. Fair dues. Okay, well done. Now, what matters at hand today, we're talking about neutering again, but this time we're concentrating on neutering for cats and kittens. Yeah. Why is this back up on subject? Well, look, cat numbers are on the up, so it's something we thought about doing. Earlier in the year, I pointed out we had a 25-year anniversary this year in 2024 at Kildare Vet Surgery. And the Gym Dog services, the whole Gym Dog concept, is a spin-off from Kildare Vet Surgery, from our practice that, as I say, has been there since 1999. So in April, we ran a dog-focused promotion. And this time we said, no, we're going to run a cat-focused promotion, because cat numbers are on the up, cat viruses are on the up, cat diseases are on the up. So the promotion we're running in Kildare Vet Surgery from now till the end of 2024, as I say, to celebrate our 25 years, all cat neutering, male or female, spay and neuters, are going to be half price. Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
half
fair
price.
dues, yeah.
So that brings the cost of a cat spay, cost of a cat neuter, down to €50.
Okay.
So back to 1999 prices, if you like.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty good deal as well, I have to say. But that's not the reason why we're doing it. It's to help curb the population growth, isn't it?
You see, yes, it's really important to raise awareness and to make sure that we get the chance to neuter more cats, because there are simply too many feral and semi-feral cats out there. Again, in the general Kildare population,
and that's the problem.
The spin-off or the knock-on effect of an increase in feral and semi-feral numbers is that disease incidences then rise in the domestic cat population as well as in these ferals and semi-ferals.
Okay.
So there's a range of nasty cat viruses that are growing again in incidence, because if you have more strays, then you have less vaccinated cats and you have more of a risk of disease spread.
Okay, so there's three types of cat. There's the regular household cat that comes and goes and part of your family.
Yes.
Well, kind of, to a degree, I suppose. There's also the feral and the semi-ferals. Feral is kind of the ones that they won't come near you. They'll just come in for a bit of food and they'll shag off. Semi-feral might come a bit closer to you and have been more around people, I presume.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that
the semi-feral is kind of like the country cat.
Yeah.
Farmyard, barn
live
cats,
outside all the time.
stable yard cats.
Yeah.
And farmyard cats. And they're semi-feral because they have all the risks of a wild cat, because they are hunting.
Yeah.
They're in contact with all the other wild creatures out there, and so they have a high risk of disease, the same as a feral cat. They might be fed and they might be tame, but they're semi-feral because they live most of their lives in the great outdoors, and they mix with stray cats. That the vital thing is that a yard cat probably does mix with stray cats.
Yeah.
So those cats definitely need to be neutered, because they will reproduce if they're not, and they definitely need to be vaccinated because they will catch any one of a number of nasty viruses if they're not vaccinated.
Okay. You mentioned kind of the male and female dogs getting spayed and neutered this time of year. How important it is, or is it more important to get the male cats done more so than the females, or vice versa?
If you have a choice, get the males done first.
Okay.
Because the males fight and get into scraps and carry diseases and spread diseases.
Right, okay.
Now, then the females, when they're mature enough, yes, do the females.
Okay.
Do the females at 5 months. They will get pregnant very quickly, very early.
Okay.
So do the females as soon as you can too. It's really a case of, if you have a cat population in the neighbourhood, in the yard, on the farm, or coming to the back garden, you should catch and bring in whatever you can. If it's male or female, we should be giving them the snip.
Okay. What's the health benefits of giving them the snip and spaying as well?
Well, they fight less.
Okay.
The males.
Okay.
And lots of the virus is spread by bites and scratches and scrapes. So less fighting means less disease spread. Secondly, the male cat that's neutered is cleaner. He doesn't mark his territory. He doesn't spray. So he's a cleaner animal. And thirdly, he becomes calmer, more sociable, more domesticated, and a nicer pet cat. Neutering does not stop them from hunting. There used to be a kind of an old idea that, if I get them neutered, will it take away their drive and stop them hunting? On the contrary, it actually doesn't. They'll focus more energy in hunting if they're not focused on reproduction.
Okay. When I was doing a little bit of research, because you always give me the topic in advance so we can do a bit of research on it, I just came across something which was helpanimals.co.uk, and they launched a campaign as well, which was the kitten crisis and neutering cats and how important it is. And they revisited it back 4 years ago, just before COVID, where the population has gone really high regarding feral cats, and they're now saying that it's still up 20% on that since the last time, and that trend seems to have progressed right across Europe, or including Ireland. Yeah.
Now, we don't see in our sort of domestic pet hospital, we don't see as many truly wild cats being brought in as we would like. Now, unfortunately, part of the reason for that has been that if they don't have an owner, then it's hard for people to be able to afford to catch them and neuter them all.
Yeah.
And the charities, KWW, SPCA and the likes, they're probably inundated, and they do intermittently run these trap, neuter, release schemes, TNR, where they try and trap them, they bring them into vets in groups and bunches, and they get them neutered.
Yeah.
But the costs of neutering have been high, so simply halving the cost, as we're doing for the rest of this year, and getting them in just to be neutered is something that we hope might have a positive impact on both the feral cat numbers and the disease problem.
Bernie was on. She says, we got our Tom Billy sprayed about 2 years ago back. The best thing ever, because as soon as we got him done, he actually stopped peeing around the house.
Yeah, that's true. They do stop peeing around the house. They absolutely do. People ask, when do I get my tomcat neutered? And I always say, do it before he starts spraying, before he starts to mark his territory around the house. And people often think, a tomcat, it'll be dirty. But they become very clean very quickly after they're neutered.
I would agree, because our cat is neutered. But the other thing I notice is they don't travel like they used to. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Once you neuter them, they seem to stay within the locality of a few hundred metres of the house.
So he loses that breeding drive, reproductive drive, and that'll make him a little bit more homely, and he'll stay around.
Yeah, okay. Another one in. Jane was on. She's out in. She said she's in Portmarnock listening to KF. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. In the car, travelling back. She said, we got our 2 female cats neutered last year. We were told by the vet that it protects them against cancer, or a possibility as well. Yeah,
mammary cancers and ovarian cancers and cancers of the womb. So that's a very valid point. Older cats now, in later age, say from middle age onwards, there are high incidences of mammary tumours, high incidences of ovarian cancers. So the same risk factors apply to cats as would apply to dogs. So getting them neutered reduces the incidences of those cancers to 0.
Are you saying generally when it comes to cats and dogs, and I know we're talking about cats predominantly at the moment, but years ago when they used to come into season, you used to get them down to the vet or give them a tablet or give them an injection and they're good to go. Does that happen much now, or are you just concentrating on neutering, or is it only a case that you manage it if it's with purebreds, whether it's people who want to breed?
Yeah, with both dogs and cats, we've moved away from the injectable or chemical contraceptions.
Right.
We've moved away from it.
Completely?
Almost completely. If I was to go back 20 years, I would have given the contraceptive injections, delvosterone and so on a regular enough basis. Nowadays, no. I probably rarely give a contraceptive injection to either a dog or a cat. Our focus is entirely on neutering. And people who don't neuter should be just serious people who are going to breed the dog and have a purpose in mind. That's the only reason not to neuter, is if you've got a nice dog with a nice pedigree and you're determined to breed and you're going to breed the couple of litters. So if you have a firm plan like that and you're going to be a registered breeder, then fine, breed from your nice bitch. But otherwise, neutering is the way to go.
Okay. Off to Caroline. Caroline is... Where is she? Caroline is... Oh, she's over on Thai. There you go. She says she has 2 dogs, she says, which she wants to get sprayed. 1 male, 1 female, boy and girl, obviously best of friends. One's a golden retriever and the other is a cocker spaniel. They're about the same age, but obviously the golden retriever is bigger. They get on great, but they're very young. I haven't got them snipped yet. What do you advise?
Yeah, so the golden retrievers are slower growing breeds, and cocker spaniels to a lesser extent. Miniature breeds we recommend neutering at 7-8 months, but the larger dogs like this pair, you could think about doing them between 12 and 15 months.
Okay,
that would be time enough.
Okay.
Does she say which is the male and which is the female?
Yeah, she did. She said the cocker spaniel is the male.
Okay, so do the cocker spaniel at a year. At 12 months, he'll be fully mature by then. Now, the golden retriever female, again, it's to do with her being physically mature enough. So I do recommend a large breed, not to spay until 15 to 18 months, until she's fully grown.
But how do you separate them? If they come into season, or if one of them comes into season?
It's going well. Perhaps neuter the boy a little bit sooner now if he's old. If he's old enough to neuter, definitely neuter him. Okay, and that'll solve the problem of worrying about your young bitch getting pregnant. Okay. She'll have her first heat at a year-ish.
Yearish. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, very good.
They don't mature as quickly as. Now, somebody who owns a golden retriever female, I'd be warning them to watch out for her coming into heat from about 9 months. Okay. But certainly in my own experience of it with Bonnie, she didn't have her first heat till 15 months. Okay.
Did she ever have pups? Or,
No. She's in a year and she's 20. She's still not 2 years old. Yeah. So, we might, when she's 2.5 to 3. Yeah. We might think about breeding 1 litre from her.
1 litre from her, yes. And that's it.
And that'd be it, that'd be it. So, you 12 to 15 months, oftentimes I'm noticing these days, these golden retriever females can be a little bit slower maturing, and some of them are not having their first heat until about a year.
And it's coincidentally, a follow-up question. This came in from Kieran. Kieran Murphy, how you doing, Kieran? He says his 2-year-old golden cocker spaniel hasn't come into heat yet. She's been absolutely fabulous, but she definitely hasn't come into heat. Why would that be?
Well, she might have been she may have been slow to mature. That's the first thing. Yeah. Secondly, I wonder, is there some stressor in the environment?
Okay.
Is there an older bitch there who's the more dominant one?
Maybe there's more.
There is a little physiological trigger there, an unconscious instinctive trigger that an older bitch which is dominant in a family can make a younger bitch subservient and delay her maturity.
Okay, fair point.
And that's actually a factor. As it is in some wild species, it's been known to happen. The younger females will not come into heat until older, if they're subservient to a dominant female. Now, that's an obscure fact, sort of thing that just occurred to me might be relevant in this case.
Yeah.
But to be fair, on a practical level, the advice I'd give that pet owner would be to have her checked out by the local vet and make sure there isn't anything else going on there. And I wonder that she didn't have a silent heat. And I would like to get that checked out.
That's it. You just answer that question. I was going to say, would it be worthwhile? Just get a safety check and a healthy check just to make sure. Okay, a couple more questions coming in. Our cat had kittens over 2 months ago. Can I get her neutered now? She has stopped feeding, or is 2 months a little bit too soon?
Yeah, definitely get her neutered now. I do it this week. She'll ovulate. She'll come back into heat. The minute she stops lactating, producing loads of milk, the minute her milk begins to dry up, she'll come back into heat and she'll get pregnant again. Oh, yes. Yeah.
How often did they come into heat?
Cats can come into heat a few times a year.
Right.
She could become straight on the bounce.
Yeah.
You could have another litter of kittens in 70 odd days again.
Okay, go for it there, Joe. Thanks for that.
Get it done this week, listener.
Can I just ask, what is the best age to have my miniature Dachshund spayed?
Little mini Daxie. Again, give her till she's a year. She'll be physically mature enough at that age. She'll probably have her first heat 7-8 months. Now, I know there's a line of advice there that says you can do them at 6 months, 7 months. Yes, you can. And there's a convenience to that. If you do a little young female nice and early, it prevents you having the hassle of minding her when she's in heat.
Okay.
So you can do her in theory from 6-7 months onwards.
So go back to a young cat, because if Phil was on
young
there.
Young
kitten actually, to
yes.
be fair, young kitten. He just wants to know, he heard the part about kind of get them neutered after the litter. But before they have a litter, what age are we talking about getting them neutered? Female. There
are veterinary practices now, including our own, doing them on occasion from 3 months of age.
3 months of age. Why?
Yes.
Why that young?
If they're out and about and the owners are concerned about the risk of them being getting pregnant, coming into heat early, you do them early. So that's one reason to do them early, is just risk management. Another reason to do them early is if they're being sold or exported, and the breeders don't want them being bred indiscriminately after they rehome them. So they're being done at 3 months if they're being rehomed.
Okay.
And the breeders don't want them breeding.
Regarding purebred dogs, females, how many litters should they have?
Well, the Kennel Club will only register 4 litters.
Okay.
So there probably have been experts who have done an analysis on this, and from a welfare point of view, as well as just a general level of managing breed populations, they reckon 4 litters is the max.
4?
Yes.
Is that just because the age group, they don't want them
they just don't want them being bred until they're too old.
Right.
So the Kennel Club will only permit you to register 4 litters.
Okay, didn't know that as well. Is that the same with, but that's dogs and cats?
That's
dogs.
Cats. So there isn't a Kennel Club as such for cats. Every breed has its own separate society, cat breeding society, and they'll have their own slightly different rules. But as I say, an awful lot of pedigree cats are sold already neutered, because these breeders want the population of that particular breed controlled or kept to a manageable level.
Okay, Jean Whelan was on. She doesn't say where she's from. She says she's got a young cat not spayed and a young dog not spayed. And but I don't have any males around. They're both female. Should I get them done anyway? Yeah, you get them done anyway. So the cat gets out the bathroom window. Yeah, that's it. She'll be pregnant in 5 minutes. Right. And she can become pregnant. A young cat can become pregnant again from 5 months. 5 months. From 5 months. Right. okay.
So you could
it's
have
important.
you could have a 7 or 8 month old kitten trying to feed kittens, trying to feed other kittens.
So there's the general questions that have been coming in and we've been talking with. So top tips, right? Give me 3 top tips. What if people with young cats at the moment, cats and kittens? What are we saying?
Top tip: if you have kittens, get them vaccinated at 8 weeks. Start to advertise them and find homes from them, and move them on to nice homes from 12 weeks. Get your mammy cat spayed immediately after she has finished feeding her kittens. When they are 8 weeks, get her spayed so that she doesn't become pregnant again.
Right, okay.
And tomcats, again, 5 months. Female cats, 5 months. That's the ideal age for neutering in cats, 5 months.
Okay. Okay, guys, I have a male Westie which I have to get knocked out or to be groomed. I can only do this twice a year, I've been told by my vet. Is there anything you can recommend so he can be groomed normally? He had a fright as a pup being groomed. His paw was cut accidentally.
Yeah, Westies are feisty little fellas and they're independent. And even that incident about the paw being cut, it wouldn't even just be that. He'd just being a normal Westie who doesn't like it. Right, so there's a medical combination of tablets that a vet can prescribe, and it's a combination of gabapentin and trazodone. There are 2 calming tablets that work really well together, and they have a kind of a chilling out effect, which is a big help for grooming. And you could get a course of the gabapentin trazodone tablet combination from your vet, and you could try that, and the groomer might get away with with being able to groom the dog without him needing to be knocked out.
Okay, that makes sense as well. When it comes to cats, do they need to be sedated to get groomed?
They do. You may get to the stage where, with a lot of practice and a lot of patience and time, your cat might tolerate being brushed or being dematted.
They won't be tolerate being groomed.
They won't tolerate being fully groomed or clipped. No. So the big fluffy cats that get lots of mats, invariably they have to be knocked out once or twice a year to be fully dematted, you know?
Right, okay, fair enough. This idea of getting a yoke and going, it's not
for a cat, no.
Absolutely no way. Okay, cool stuff indeed. Okay, Des, that's it. You can get in touch with Des, of course, down in Kildare anytime, and he'll give you plenty of advice. And likewise, if you want your dogs kind of housed, or when you're off on holidays, I'm sure you can give him a ring. He's booked out at the moment, but I'm sure they'll sort the things out.
That's it, John.
And just to recap, you're doing a bit of a special there?
Bit of a special for the end of the year now, from August, for the next 6 months till the 31st of December. Cats are half price. Neutering. Cat neuters, cat castrates, half price.
Okay, and of course, actually, you might as well just give out your own website, the best way people contact you for regarding that.
Petslife.ie.
Okay, brilliant. Petslife.ie. Inquire and you can sort it out yourselves from there. Thanks, Des.
Thanks, John.
It's a Pet's Life with Jim Dog, Ireland's first pet resort by Des the Vet. Managed by vets, loved by pets. Daycare, vet care, premium pet food and grooming. Visit at petslife.ie.